Hey guys, Drew with Because Jiu-Jitsu. We're going to go over a three-part series for how to prevent and escape the knee cut pass from the bottom. So this is partially guard retention, and this is partially not allowing them to start or complete this pass in the way that they want to. This is a very frustrating position to get stuck on from the bottom, especially when they do it correctly and you know that you're just seconds away from them cutting past your guard. It's a very common pass, so hopefully this is something that you'll be able to plug into your game very quickly and will at least give you options for what to do and what not to do when you're on the bottom stuck or setting up in this position. All right, so the first of the techniques we're going to look at is not going to allow him to set up a proper knee cut. So if he were to get a proper knee cut position, his knee is over top of my quad, pinning it to the ground, and he's going to be controlling my arms, my head, and basically cutting this knee through, go for the cut, there, to pass my guard like so. The number one thing that he needs first before he can even initiate this is he has to be able to get my leg to the ground so that he can drop his leg over it. So when I'm playing an open guard here, I'll usually try to force them in one direction because I'm leaning one leg closer to the ground. There's very little chance he's going to try to knee cut this way when this one's already close. So when I'm doing this, I'm going to actually reinforce my own knee with my hand. And this is the trick right here. As long as I have this structure built, this frame between my knee all the way to the ground in the direction of force that he's pushing, this reinforces this structure so he cannot flatten it to the ground. And what's better is even if he tries, if he puts heavy pressure through his knee right here, maybe even passes this underneath, I can hold his whole weight here. And if he puts his weight on here, I own it. I can move him all over the place. He's stuck on top of a reinforced structure that I own. He puts his weight on there and now I can move him. So best case scenario, you can flip him around. Worst case scenario, he'll never get that leg to the ground so long as this frame is here. So this is something I get used to playing a lot when I'm in open guard, is I'll start playing like this and just start setting up grips and feet positions, but I'll have this started right here until I get what I want to make sure that he can't put this leg to the ground. So number two is going to be, he's got my leg to the ground. I didn't have that frame or I was too slow to it. He starts pushing that down. I'm going to hide my arm, my elbow specifically, underneath my leg. Okay, so part of the knee pass cut for Alvin on top here is he wants to finish his body in between my leg and my arm. He wants to move this arm out of the way so there's space for him to complete the pass and actually get some pinning pressure. If I hide this arm right here, the only place for his body to go, starting with the knee, is going to be past the side of my body, up by my shoulder. Okay, so for a savvy knee cutter, if we're here, the battle is going to be to try to separate this arm and make space. So this is going to give me somewhere to defend from. If he's not savvy, if he thinks this is close enough and he actually cuts that knee past, this is where I'm going to get an underhook as he does it. So drop that knee and come up right away. You can actually turn up because he moves all of his pressure off of your body and actually like beside your body over here. There's very little holding on to you for his weight. So we're here. He got to there, and he tries to force that knee through, underhook, and you can come up to a turtle position, or at the very least initiate a scramble for the top that doesn't have you pinned in a knee cut. All right, so number three, this one is probably the most important because you'll be here a lot when you realize you're in a knee cut, is they're really good at it or you didn't see it coming, and they're passing, and all you have, turn a little bit here, is their ankle trapped right here. It's like a quarter guard. I've barely got anything left on his leg, okay? This is good for him. He's going to be moving this arm out of the way, making space, right? He's got his underhook over here, so I can't go to the back. I'm just barely holding on for dear life down here with this little tweeze on his ankle. This is not good for me, but I still have an option, okay? For him to pass, he still needs to cut his ankle out. Before he starts initiating that, I'm going to take this upper leg here and boot it hard against his butt in that direction where he's not based. Okay, I want to send him beside me and over up here beside my shoulder. And when I boot him, I'm not just sort of touching him right here. I'm really booting him that way like this. Coming up, you can circle for the underhook or again initiate a scramble where you're no longer pinned. So one last time on that one. We're here, we're getting pinned. Last ditch effort. This is the Hail Mary right here. I'm gonna bump his butt with this upper knee as hard as I can this way. Come up and start taking the top or scramble for control. So let's go through all three of those real quickly. First one, we're setting up this frame, making sure you can't pin my leg to the ground. Second one, I'm hiding this elbow. If he passes, I'm coming up to the turtle. Third one, he's got me pinned in a proper knee cut. I'm barely holding on to this foot. I'm gonna bump hard with this top knee to send him over and come up. All right, so that simple 3-piece series is gonna really help you have good options when you're on bottom in a knee cut. This is a position, like I said, is a very, very common, very powerful pass that a lot of people like to play, both gi and no gi, and these ones work for both gi and no gi. You plug these into your game, and I promise you're gonna have a lot of success from the bottom. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and follow for more stuff. Check me out on Instagram, and we'll see you on the next one.